Not all fishing trips are created equal. Tides, wind, temperature are all factors that can impact your success. That is what makes fishing so great. The uncertainty and threat that no matter how certain you are of a spot, tide, lure, or fly, nothing is ever guaranteed. Some days are easier than others though, and for whatever reason, things can just seem to fall in place.
That is a stud fish.
Today was one of those days. I hope you guys sit back and enjoy the fun.
That is a giant redfish, guys. That is a freaking giant. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Literally laid up like a little tarpon. God is good. Snook are tough to beat, and I mean, you see that? The weight on him. The tide this morning was preferable, and I had a good game plan in mind. It was based on starting early, trying to fish some areas where water was quickly falling down on our Florida coast. As I raced to the first spot in my skiff, it was not long before I began my fishing day, with no clue what was in store. Alrighty guys, well, as you guys know from the video, low tide fishing, it is extremely low. This tide's running out. I gotta get a move on before I get stuck. But, so, super low tide fishing today. Hopefully we get on something. Gonna start off at the top water right here. Let's see what happens. Stay tuned. You can see just how quickly that sun was climbing in the sky, and with it, the tide and fish were going the opposite direction, out. I was no doubt seeing and spooking a good amount of fish, and it was not long until I stumbled upon the first fish of the day.
There's a fish. There's a lot of them right there. I think there's a school of reds. Switching to the gulp was smart. I don't think he's massive, but it's a start. He saw that shrimp and just destroyed it. Let's get him back quick. Beautiful red right there, number one. Let's get another.
After that fish, the tide chased me out of that spot. Although, there was another area I had planned where I knew sight casting could be at a premium. And as I reached that next spot, I was proven correct.
There we go. Second red of the day. Oh, God, nice sight casting like that, guys. What more can you ask for? Such a freaking awesome day. Oh my God, buddy. Just belly crawling. Oh, come on, buddy. He's not huge. Gotta get some more size, that's for sure. But almost 23. Look at that fish. I think sight casting reds might be my favorite thing to do. Look at that sea turtle, so pretty. Golly, there's a lot of them around. to switch to something a little bit lighter. I'm gonna put on a weightless scope. All right, guys, there's a ton of redfish around. Getting a little bit bigger in size.
The tide was falling and fish were hungry, and as I ran to my next spot, before I knew it, I was staring at dozens of belly crawling and tailing redfish in inches of muddy, stirred up water, looking for the crustacean that I had to offer.
Guys, we got redfish backs out of the water over here. Inches of water. That's another nice fish right there. Look at this redfish right here.
This area was so shallow my trolling motor could barely operate, and with the tide still falling, I knew that I either had to capitalize or get out of here before I got stuck.
Guys, they're belly crawling like crazy. I gotta get out of here though soon. Guys, those reds had their backs out of the water. It's a big red. Couldn't lead him enough. That's when you need to be able to pull. I didn't want to get up too close to him with the trolling motor. These are all nice fish, guys. If you guys want me to come pull you around over here and you can cast and actually catch them, be my guest. Another one right here. They're very picky. Yeah, I mean, that's a stud redfish, dude. Guys, that was utterly insane. I mean, that was so pretty. Those redfish were just belly crawling, backs out of the water. You don't see that too often down here, especially in summer. I'm getting it way too close to them. It's so hard because they barely, like, it's so muddy, they don't see it. You got to get it right to them. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Gosh. That thing started swimming towards me. This thing's a stud. Look at that fish. Guys, he was laid up like a freaking tarpon. Oh, gosh. Beautiful fish right there. Guys, look at that. Guys, this thing was literally laid up like a little tarpon, laid up, belly crawling red. We finally got him, but that was so awesome. There we go. Let's see if we can't get another one. I'm so glad we got one out of there. There was way too many belly crawling reds, and it's one of those situations where if I was able to pull and had a buddy, I think we'd yank a couple of them out of there, but trolling motoring is just not the greatest, especially for 4 inches of water sight casting, you know what I mean? But I'm glad we got that. That was one of the bigger ones. I mean, there was a lot in there that were around 28. Glad we were able to get that one.
That 30-minute stretch was unreal. I had so many awesome shots at some great redfish, and it was awesome to trick the one. As I continued down this line, it was not long until I sight casted another awesome fish.
That's a stud. Redfish right here. Oh, that was a nice red. Cast it too far. He was just sitting right there, cruising this line. I'm gonna go to weighted, just because it's a little bit deeper on this line, and then we'll go back when I get to some sight casting, hopefully. Also, new penny is where it's at. I don't know. I think in that water from sight casting, I'm going root beer chartreuse, though, just so it stands out. There's a snook right there. There we go, guys. That's what we freaking need. A snook, sight casted, stud, probably slot. I casted at him 3 or 4 times, unless he went and met a buddy. Let's grab this net. That is a necessity on this big boy. hold up. I don't know where he's hooked. I think he might have like choked it. There we go. He's probably 30, 31. Woo! Look at that, guys. He freaking choked it. God is good. Snook are tough to beat. And, I mean, you see that? The weight on him, 31-inch snook. Like I said, snook are tough to beat. He had it way down, but super fat fish. Thank God for that one. It's been a minute. Super pretty fish right there. You guys can see him, that tail. Let's get a good release on him. This day is turning out to be awesome. This is why low tide fishing is awesome. Legitimately cannot beat it. And we got some more sight casting up here. I think what happened is I was following like a 24-inch snook, 25, and I think I saw him break off underneath that little stick, and he kind of broke off and sat with another snook, and I think the big one ate it. He was like 31, so that was great. God is good. Let's get on that one. Look at that red right there. Let's cast it past him. Got snagged on a freaking oyster. All right, let me stop being lazy and go back to a weightless sculpt, because that's like the fifth one I've lost just because it's a little bit too heavy. That one was smoked it.
My day was already excellent, and just as I could not think that it could get any better, I set a new Everglades PB for myself.
That is a stud fish. Stud snook. Red. That is a giant redfish, guys. That is a freaking giant redfish. On the DOA shrimp, DOA shrimp. Oh my goodness. This might be my biggest redfish I've caught. My biggest down here is 32. My biggest in Florida is 34. So we'll see what happens with this one. Good Lord. Guys, oh my gosh. Look at that, he choked it. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose my mind. Literally cannot get much better than that. Giant Everglades redfish right there. Look at that. Guys, book a trip. Let's go do some of this. Let's get him back in the water. What is happening? Holy crap. Guys, it is 10:50. I am whooped. God is so good. Absolutely outrageous day we're having. Like, just outrageous. Makes me feel good. Yeah, guys, I don't know if you guys saw that, but basically saw that redfish cruising. Didn't know if it was a snook or a redfish. And then after I said snook, I was like, oh goodness, I think it's a redfish. And then I casted my DOA about 7 feet in front of him, let it sit, barely reeling it on the bottom, gave it one tiny, he was looking at it, gave it one tiny pop, and he swam that extra 3 feet to go smoke it. So that was awesome right there.
I continued working this line as the tide came in. These banks with deeper cuts can often be very effective, as you've seen. And it was proven again after I added the 5th redfish to the boat.
Another nice red. I literally have the net right. Let's see how big he is. I think he's the 3rd biggest for sure. Guys, another gorgeous red right there. He's 24. But guys, so fat. I mean, look how fat that thing is. Such a pretty fish. But tail, let's get him back in the water.
I ended up running into the backwaters to end a pretty awesome day. In doing this, it was some lights out snook fishing as I could not get away from the smaller snook. Regardless, it was some good fun and I had some shots at some decent snook.
A little bit better of a snook. All right. It's probably 22. Little baby tarpon just rolled. Are you kidding me? That was a good snook. I need to go to a weightless scope when that presents this opportunity. Way too shallow to throw this bait.
I stopped at another spot or two on the way home, running my way through the backwaters, and caught a couple more small snook. And before I knew it, it was around midday and it was time to head home.
Alrighty guys, well, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Literally, probably the best day I've had fishing the Everglades, not even joking. At least by myself. I mean, when you're fishing solo, it's hard sometimes. You can't pull. I mean, you can, but it's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to trolling motor. This boat trolling motor is super shallow. I mean, I can literally trolling motor in 5 or 6 inches, But when it gets shallower than that, shallower than like 6 or 7 inches, it starts making some noise. That prop starts coming out of the water, it can get really hard. So tons of redfish belly crawling, backs out of the water, tailing. Could only get to a couple of them, then dropped it on their dome. But we were able to get that 28-inch red, and then that one, the 34. I mean, I feel like I say it a lot when you get like a 30-inch red, because there's a lot of them down here, but in terms of inshore, you don't see as many bigger than that down here, inshore. They're around, but hard to catch. But 34 is extremely hard to catch. I have hit the 32 mark numerous times down here, have never got 34-inch red, so that was pretty. Sight casted too. I mean, it's one thing to catch them blind casting. I mean, that thing was belly crawling. I thought it was a big snook. I was like, no way, it's a redfish. DOA shrimp, but that was special. So that being said, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. It's been an awesome day, and I'll see you guys later. Book a trip if you want to. Let's come do this, fly fish or something.